Hello, good morning, YouTubers. This is Johnny. Welcome back to NetSec channel again. Today, I'm gonna talk about using Rsyslog to collecting logs from different sources and make a server as a central Syslog server. So this is basic topology. I'm gonna using two Linux server to install Rsyslog. One acting as a Rsyslog server, one acting as a Syslog client. Rsyslog server not only able to monitoring the local application, local system generated logs, also they can accept the syslog from remote. So I already have two remote sessions open. Let me show you their IP. 34.67.442 is our client machine based on our diagram. And this is going to be our server. So the first step, step one, we're going to install Syslog. Our system is CentOS 7, so the command will be like this. Yum update and do yum install Syslog. So we need to be root on this. Let's go into root mode. Do it again. Same thing on server side. So it's a 600K file need to be installed Syslog. On our server side, it has been installed, so there's no error. We installed our Syslog. Now we need to start the service. And then we need to enable the service. Survival system boot. Let's check the status of the Syslog. Running active, perfect. So that's the first step. We install Syslog on both client and server end. Now we need to configure the server end for monitoring the local server generated, local server application, local server service generated local log. So we're gonna using Syslog telling system to monitor those. So by default, imudpSoc and imjournal have been enabled. Now Syslog basically uses those two modules to importing structured logs message from system MD journal and accepting Syslog message from applications running on a local system. So basically it's through the Unix socket. That's why there's this module here, imudpSoc and imjournal for those structured logged message generated by local system and local server. So we need to, our target is to let Syslog to become a central login server, which is gonna accepting the remote syslogs generated from other servers. So by default, Syslog using the UDP 514, but you also can use UDPTCP 514 as well, but depending on client and setup. So there's one step, configuration we need to change. So basically, we need to enable those two settings, enable the module, imudp module, and light listening on UDP 4514. If you want to use TCP, just for your information, it's simple, just uncomment those two lines, and TCP module gonna be loaded once Rsyslog Server is rebooted, and then TCP port 514. So for demonstration, I enable both. The next step, we need to define a rule set to process the remote logs in a defined format way. We need to find out the configuration for it. We're gonna create a rule set on the TCP port settings here. So here's the rule set. We created here. So we're gonna log all remote logs, log into the var folder, log folder, and the file name, we're gonna create a file folder with the host name, remote host name, and the log gonna be program name as well. From here, program name. All will be remote logs. So this line is what this line means. This line means all record message from all facilities at all severity level. All facilities, all facility level. Using this remote logs template configuration. So this line means once the record messages from all those facilities at all severity levels processed, once it's processed and written to a file, then we'll stop processing. If you don't include this line, the message will instead to be written to a local file. So there's a lot of other templates you can use online. You can find out just a man Rsyslog configuration, and then you will find it from the main page. So that's our configurations is completed. So let's write, save, double check again. Good. Then reboot the service. Start the Rsyslog service. Let's type here. can check service running there. 514 UDPTCP, perfect on the IPv4 and the IPv6. If we are on the CentOS 7, we may need to allow the rsyslog traffic log to allow that. Okay. What? Yeah, we need to disable the Linux. Okay, let's see status. Permissive, not enhanced. Permissive, great. Disable the Linux feature, and we need to disable firewall as well. Systemctl disable firewall D. Wait. System stop firewall D. Okay, that the server is ready to accept traffic from our client. Now we need to configure our client forwarding the traffic. It wow. That's a log folder looks like right now. We're gonna asking the client to send in a syslog to this server. We can see there's a folder created under the log folder. So that's our server name. And we can change it. We already have logs here. We have kernel.log, all kinds of log here. We can cat. Take a look, see if it connect. That's someone is trying to log in to the server here. So that's the server that's the logs for our server one log, because it's created, it's enabled after we start the service. So the folder was created, and all facility at all civility level, the logs will be recording here. We have kernel log, we have rsyslog d log, we have ssd log, we have systemd log, we have POKIT log, all kinds of logs. The next step is going to forwarding the logs from remote client to our server. To force our syslog in and on our client server, acting as a log client and forward all locally generated log message to the remote Rsyslog server. We just need to add one line at the end of the rsyslog.conf file. So here is the change. Okay. So we need to find out the server IP from that. Just make sure IP is correct. $35 $24 $49 $121. Okay. And the port is 514. You can see the example as here as well. It the Syslog service. Final step, we're gonna verify the logs be received on a remote. Perfect. So we got new folder created. That's our client server. And we got some logs here, syslog.log. Check that again. Nothing there yet. Check the system log. Stop system log in service. That we did that, restarting the Syslog service. That's testing some logs. We're generating some logs locally. Okay, then we go to server, generate one log on the server side. So take a look. The user information log, cat, John, sec logs. Perfect. That will be received these logs, and then we do the same thing here. Using logger command -s-p generate a user information log, the testing syslog client log. Local users generate information logs. So let me go back here, check Syslog client 1. Got that log. Okay, that's the all information I'm talking about today. How to install Syslog as a server, as a client, how to collect and remote Syslogs. Thank you for watching. Please give me a thumb up if you like the video. Leave me a note, comment to let me know if you have any questions. Have a great day.